Greetings and welcome to Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunt Hangar and Video Hangouts. If you're watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch and be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunt Hangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunt Hangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. Now, At the Bench is right below in memory of our friends. Now, if you're not a member or if you're not logged into Stunt Hangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. If you're not a member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That's courtesy of Jeff Riley. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunt Hangar will not approve you. If you're inclined to not come in, but just enjoy watching us on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. You can enter your questions or comments right over here at the chat box. I did my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show and understand sometimes even I can't get a word in myself. So be patient, and I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. And by the way, you only can do this during a live stream. So, like I said earlier, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, if you find the Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts that I host, or the many building videos, contest coverage videos that Sparky does on this platform, informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, subscribe, and share the videos and comments. Sparky's really been pushing at the comments. Leave a comment after the show in the comment section. That I guess that shows the engagement. Let us know what you think. If you have any ideas or suggestions, leave us some comments. Please consider joining Stunt Hangar's YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. And by the way, I'm a member. I've been a member now for like 3 years, I think 9 months last I checked. And I've been doing that for that time, and I don't regret it, and I don't miss it, and I don't think you'll miss it either. So please join the YouTube memberships. There's 2 other tiers above that. I think one tops out at $15.99 a month, but please do that. Now, if you can't do the monthly subscription for whatever reason, you can do the super chat, which is right below the chat box over here. That's if you're doing if you're watching this live. Now, if you happen to be watching the replay, look for these 3 dots and click on that, and a menu will pop up, and then hit the super thanks. And I think that's a heart with a dollar sign. And please, give these donations and donate in response to what you're receiving. I think that what we're bringing to the table, what we're talking about, I just think it's top shelf. I really do. We have some people that really know what they're talking about, and there's a lot of ways to do the same thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that's the only way to do it, but these people that are on my gallery that have 50, 60 years experience, and then Sparky himself, who's built over 500 airplanes, so a lot of experience there. And for 17 cents a day, I think it really is a steal, and I'm doing it. So I'm not asking you to do something that I'm not doing myself. Okay. Anyways, please support, and your support helps offset some of the expenses of running Stunt Hangar. Now with the memberships, you get actually access to member-only videos, and there's quite a few member-only videos. There's some of the Stunt Hangar video hangouts that are member-only, and there's some that Sparky that he did on what he does, and some of those are member-only. And then there's some videos from Al Rabe, I believe. And anyways, it's good. You get something in return. Okay. Now, this is Sparky's YouTube channel. This is not my channel. I come in and set this show up, stream it live on YouTube Monday and Friday nights. And if you want to get in touch with me, and if you have any questions or comments directed toward me, please go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt. And I have quite a few videos of people doing the stunt pattern, including myself. But there are other people who I have on there as well. And some that are not stunt. I have a combat video of a friend of mine, Sean Day, flying. And so check it out. And if you like, please check out the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which is on my channel, which is a video which Sparky shot with his video camera of me flying his beautiful and light Junar XL. It was orange back then. Now it's white with orange trim. And if you have a comment or question, I'll be notified on my cell phone because that is my YouTube channel. And this channel is not my channel. So I don't really get any comments or questions. I don't get any alerts, I should say, on what's going on here. So if you want to get in touch with me, that's the best way to do it. I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things you wouldn't say or do around your own children or grandchildren. And without any further ado, I'm now going to post a link at Stunt Hangar Forum. Let me make my way there right now. Let's see here. It's going to be posted in a second. Let me make my way there. All right. There we go. It's posted. All right. Great. Fantastic. So let me make my way to the what I call the control panel. Making my way there right now. I see there's a few. I see we are streaming, which is good. And let me see here. Let me make my way here. And went out flying today. Actually had a pretty good crowd. It was like 6 of us. Joe Thompson and Joe Mata, Stuart Mossman, Carl Reed, and Steve Maganelli. So we had a pretty good turnout. And I think we stole one in because it's raining right now. And so we got one in. So that's always good when you beat the weatherman at his own game. So it was good. The grass was kind of long, but we'd find an area where we could take off. And then once we got in the grass wasn't really a consideration until we had to land. There were a couple guys flying combat, so it was no big deal to them. They land anywhere they want. Looks like we are streaming, and let me do one little quick edit here. Just bear with me, and I'll be cooking with gas shortly. Hopefully, if you're at the Stunt Hangar forum, just hit refresh, and the link should appear showing today's date, and that's the one you want to click on. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights says, yo! And then Marcel Legrand says, evening, Charles, and everyone at Stunt School. Yeah, I like that. And then this is a new person, I think. RC Fred _68. He says, hello. Hello, RC Fred _68. Hey, tell me about yourself. Tell me if you fly control line or RC or both. Let me know. I'm curious. And where you're from. That'd also be neat to know too. And Marcel Legrand says, it's hard for me as I am all on my own when I fly CL. Yeah, that is tough, man, Marcel. I know that is tough. You have to fly with a stooge and, and a little bit dangerous, right? I always make sure when I go out there, I make sure I have my cell phone with me and in case an accident happens, especially if you're using the stooge. I don't know, maybe you're flying electric. You probably flying electric, so it's not as dangerous. But yeah, when I'm flying my glow planes and I'm with a stooge, something unfortunate could happen. And next thing you know, I could have a bloody hand or something, or just cut up my forearm reaching over to just a needle or something. So yeah, be careful. And the other downside of flying control line by yourself is you don't have anyone judging your maneuvers and seeing what the plane's doing. Because sometimes you need someone on the outside of the circle saying, hey, your plane is hinging, your plane is yawing. And hinging is when the plane it does that off the lines, and then yawing would be like that. And there are remedies for that, you know. Um, but yeah, we still enjoy it, right, Marcel? Doing it by ourselves or with the group. Today, I was fortunate to have 5 other people joining in with me, and we had some fun. I think this is a new name. I haven't seen this name before. I wonder who this is, who's coming in. Hey, good evening. How you doing? Oh, I can't hear you. You got to unmute your mic.
Hey, Charles, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. Your face looks familiar. Tell me your
I'm
name again.
Fred.
Fred. You're the Fred underscore RC68.
Yeah.
I mean, RC Fred underscore 68. Well, thanks for coming in.
Oh, it's just us so far, huh?
So far, it's just us. I think I sent the link in at the Stunt Hangar. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
I
it's
did.
there.
Yeah. It is what it is. I always say the winners show up. So I appreciate you. Hey, so tell me about yourself. What you've been building or what you've been flying?
I've been working on this Tomahawk. Um, I was working on polishing it. This is the first go at doing a dope finish for me. It's coming all right. I got a
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking good. Now what model is this? Is a Banshee or what is this? Looks like a
Tomahawk.
Tomahawk. That's right. Pardon me. You said that earlier. Wow, interesting.
It's a
Great.
Brodak.
All righty.
Um, I mean, I have other control line ones that I fly. I'm average. I'm not great. But I'm trying to get the next level finish on this. And I'm kind of I have some success, but I'm not where I want to be with it yet. I don't even know if I'm going to fly this one
Why is that?
because it's because it's a lot of work.
I know that is the
My wife's like, "Don't fly it." I'm like, "Well, I gotta fly it." But
that is the rub, I tell you, because you put a lot of work into a plane and then you're going to put it, in harm's way. You're going to risk it. Something could happen.
so I follow a lot of Sparky's videos, but what I found is that like when I don't maybe I didn't put enough clear on it because the colors, except for the dark color, look really good. The dark color, you can see every little tiny little flaw with it, like everything. Like
Okay.
I went over this thing with 4,000 grit paper, but I could still see like fine sand scratches in it.
Yeah, well, Sparky goes up to like 5,000. I've seen him 5,000.
Yeah. I actually sent a picture of it to me. He thinks it's that the scratches are actually before I even put the colors on. He said it might have been in the clear. I don't know.
Might have been. Yeah.
It's a learning experience though. I like flying, but I also like get like I flew control line when I was really young. And then I did RC since like the early 80s. And now I'm kind of getting back into control line because I was never that good at it. So I've been flying it on and off now for probably 8 years.
Oh, good. Good.
But I was saying I wanted to go try a contest this year, but there's nothing around here. I'm in Connecticut.
Oh man, that's too bad. I mean, too bad there's nothing around where you fly. Um, yeah, I'm not familiar with Connecticut except for Groton, Connecticut, when my dad was stationed there.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, that's where the subs are.
yeah. That's all I know about Groton, Connecticut was the pictures of me in the snow.
Well, New Jersey has a big club, but I don't know if they still have contests. That was the Garden State Circle
Yeah,
Burner thing.
yeah, yeah. I remember seeing Wit videos from Wendy Arnowski, the Garden State
Yeah.
Circle Burners, their contests.
Maybe I'll drive out to the Brodick one, but it's 8 hours for me, so I don't know.
That's not too bad compared to me. I'm out here in Escondido, California. That would be several days
Oh, you're in California. Oh, okay.
in California. So yeah, I would highly recommend you go to a contest. I mean, um even if you don't even fly for whatever reason, because you'll see something. You might even see a plane that you've got to build it, and that it just will just put a bug in you. And then also just seeing some good flying, and all of us, one thing which is different about control line. I don't know who I forgot. Someone told me this, but it made a lot of sense. In RC, you can. By the way, hi Tom Knight, how you doing? Thanks for
Hi,
coming in.
Charles.
So, with RC, you could not. I'm not an RC guy, but I've seen people with RC. They drive up, they get their equipment out of their vehicle, they set up. This is without anyone's help, and then they get their plane flying, and they have a good time all by themselves. Don't need help with anybody
Yeah.
else, and then they land their plane and go home. Control line. That's not so easy, especially in the beginning. You need someone help. You need someone to help you hold your plane while you're starting it. You need someone
Oh
to
yeah.
help you get your neutral setting on your controls. I mean, it's a we just instinctively help each other. So it's a very cooperative culture. We
Yep.
help each other, and there's so few of us. We want to help people have success and fun with the hobby. And not to saying that RC does not have that culture, but it just seems that with us, it's a real necessity that we need to get other people's help, and we help other people.
Well, you know what what I got kind of back into it. I mean, I have like on a Ring Masters and I got a couple of profile ones, but the one that got me a lot of confidence and now I can fly, I can fly inverted and I can hover it is the bi-slap, believe it or not, because I have problems getting dizzy really bad. And that one, once I forced myself to figure out how to kind of keep from spinning so much. And now that one, I must have crashed that plane half a dozen times or more over the past. I've had it for 12 years, but it still flies great. I've rebuilt it 4 or 5 times and it's just it's I love that plane because it's not that you can fly a lot of maneuvers with it, but I can I can do I've learned to fly inverted with it. I can go up around inverted a couple times, inside and outside loops. The Ringmaster, I'm okay, I'm good with it, or not as good with it because I get dizzy
Yeah, yeah.
badly, and
Now,
I have to.
when you're flying it, are you happen to be looking down the lines when you're flying the Ringmaster?
I try to do the thing where you lock onto something in the background, so you're not always watching this. It depends. It's just an inner ear thing. I got to get used to it. But
Yeah.
sometimes I do okay, and sometimes I get really, really dizzy. And then
See, if I
after the
look
plane lands, I'm still spinning.
if I look down my lines, I get dizzy. That's
Yeah.
why I asked if you do that. I really look at the plane, not so
Mhm.
much down the lines, and I just focus on the plane, and that really seems to help minimize the dizziness. So and it's just you just your brain is taking in so much information. You're spinning around the blades of the grass, the trees, the branches, all that stuff. But once you get to the point where you can just focus on the plane, that's all you're looking at, really. Then the
Yeah.
distance goes away.
Lock right in on that plane, Charles.
Say it again.
I say lock in on that plane and
Yeah,
don't
locked in that
step back
plane,
then.
it's kind of block out everything else,
Yeah.
and really will minimize the dizziness. And then, of course, as you do it, more and more, I think the dizziness dissipates. You
Well,
know,
that's what this year I'll have a little more time, so I'm going to try to really, get over it.
very good. Now, what's that? What size engine you gonna put in that Tomahawk?
I got a 25 FP control line motor.
Yeah, you might also find that if you can go into a bigger plane, the bigger plane will be more stable and you'll be able to maybe concentrate more. Because if the plane is active, it's really hard to
Yeah.
it can really promote dizziness. So if you have a bigger plane, like
I have one called in the box called a humongous. Have you ever built one of those? It's
no, I don't. That's a kind of a old time stunt plane, I
yeah.
think. Yeah, I really have. I mean, my ringmasters qualify for old time stunt, but for the most part, I don't do that. But nothing wrong with that. I think I've heard nothing but good things about the humongous.
It's got a nice big wing on it. I thought maybe that might be something that'll build up.
Yeah.
How
That,
many squares is it?
what was that, Tom?
How many squares is that humongous?
I'd have to
You
go get
know?
it. I'll go grab the kit. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I like big planes. I mean, I have really big planes. My Strega is my biggest plane, and it's 740 squares, and it's big and heavy. But I like big planes, and big planes are they pretty much well behaved. They just pretty much stay put. So it's that's something I recommend is a
Mm.
bigger plane might really, and also you can probably fly a bigger plane slower.
Yeah.
Because you can even with a bigger engine, you can probably even get longer lines. All that will your lap time might still be 5.2 seconds, but it's longer lines because it's more powerful plane. So it's just it might slow things down a little bit, just a tiny bit.
What's a good bigger plane to build? What's the one you have? A Spectra?
Right now, I have a SV11 that I really like. It's a 62-inch wingspan,
Oh, okay, it's a good size plane.
electric. But I would think I've seen the glow ones. Well, do just as well. Something like that, you know. But that's on the bigger side. Even something like a some other planes that are like a 52-inch wingspan, something like that would be where you can still use like a 46. That size would be more stable than a Tomahawk.
Hmm, okay.
Yeah, something like that.
What
Let
a
me
Pathfinder.
thank you. Oh, that's a great suggestion. Thank you so much, Mark. Yeah,
Wow.
that would be a really good design to
Yeah.
fly Pathfinder.
Okay.
And we shouldn't take too long to build, you know, Hershey bar wing and profile fuselage, and it's a good flying plane. Yeah, there we go. Absolutely. And you guys are finally coming in. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming in. Let me get to let me catch up on the chat box real quick. Gary Sinclair, who's here right now. Thank you, Gary, for coming in. He says, and he's the first member of our YouTube channel. I can tell by the moniker next to his name. He's also a monitor of our YouTube channel. And he says, hi, everyone. Like provided. Thank you very much. And then Brent Williams, he says, humongous flies great with exclamation mark. So Brent Williams knows what he's talking about. I've never flown a humongous, but so that's something you might want to go ahead and fly and put together. So let me see, Tom Knight, what you been up to, Tom?
Oh, not much anything, Charles. Got out flying a couple days ago. We had a 70-degree day.
Very good. And it wasn't too windy?
No, actually it was dead calm. Best wind I've had in a long time. Yeah,
Oh,
really nice day.
that's awesome, Tom. So what plane or planes did you take out and fly?
Well, I took a real old Scab of mine out because I was kind of test running an old Super Tiger 46. So I was just out kind of testing things. I wasn't too serious about anything. Yeah, Brad LaPointe was out. Len Burrell come out for a little bit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
I didn't quite get the name of the plane you brought out. You said, what did you say it was?
I almost hate to tell you.
Well, tell me, how big was it? How was it, a half A or is it like a 40?
No. It was a 46 size airplane, but
Okay.
yeah, it was just an old Scab of an airplane. That's all I can say.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
But
Well, long as you had fun. That's the important thing, is to have fun.
well, I acquired some Super Tiger 46 engines here not too long ago. I got 4 of them.
All right.
They're all in just immaculate shape. Man, they run just so perfect, those things. They got the nicest 2.4 brake of any engine that.
Yeah, they're nice. There's a guy out in Arizona, David Riggs, and he flies a trophy trainer, and he flies with a Super Tiger 46 without the muffler, and that motor runs so nice. I have a couple Super Tiger 46s, and I don't know if mine need a new ring, or maybe the fuel mixture is not right, or something. They're okay. I've had better success with my LA 46s. They're much easier to set up and fly and all that. But I know the Super Tiger 46 is a very good motor, no doubt
Well,
about it.
I had heard bad stories about them that to put them on a profile, apparently when they're on their side, they didn't run very good. So that's what I was doing. It was an old Banshee. That's what I was.
Okay,
That's
Banshee.
what I
Yeah,
meant. It was
yeah,
that Banshee's got to be 35 years old. It's an old one.
yeah.
But
I used to fly a Banshee years ago. When I got back into the hobby, that's what I brought out. I brought out a Banshee with a torpedo 40 engine, and it had that big trumpet Venturi, that old style torpedo engine, and that's how I got back into the hobby with that plane. Then I eventually built a franchise twister, and I started flying some ARFs and like a top flight score, and I flew that for several years. And then
well, anyway, I proved that the Super Tiger 46 would run on its side.
oh, good.
Everybody told me that they wouldn't run on their side, but
Well, that trophy trainer, that David Riggs, that Super Tiger 46 is on its side,
okay.
and it runs. I mean, it's a sweet run.
Oh, this thing that I was flying the other day, it just purred that thing. It was a real nice run. It
No, that's nice.
it 2.4 broke so nice when it was running. That even Len grabbed it and took it for a fly.
I had
All
a
right.
spin. Yeah.
Very good. Very cool. Let me catch up with Caffeine. Caffeine, are you still around, Caffeine? I don't see you in the camera. I saw your son there. He's getting big. I hope I got you. Oh, you gotta unmute your mic.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing well, man. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been a while since I joined the session because I've been busy with work lately. So I haven't done any. My progress on building is very slow, but I managed to fly. Yeah, once a week. So yeah,
Good.
just try to just
Very
try to keep the muscle memory there.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And let me get John Wright's attention. I see him behind Stephen Manchella. Hey, John, man, I'm glad you're here, man. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. John Wright, man, he's been flying for a long time. I'm not sure how old he was when he started flying, but how old are you now, John? You got to unmute his mic, Stephen.
78, been flying since I was 13. We're at VSC right now.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I
And
should.
we got one more day left. I'm going to fly my Red Nobler, Gieske Nobler tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to win much of anything this year, but it's going well. We had some weather today, but the other days have been pretty good. And they finished up Classic today and started Ringmaster. I probably made a mistake by flying both of my Ringmaster flights today in the weather, but I wanted to, be clear for flying Super 70 tomorrow. And there's
Right.
only 5 or 6 of us in Super 70, so it'll be a short day. And we're doing fine. We got for the club here, we got Steve Minchella right
Hey, Steve,
there.
thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, and Gary's here. Gary Akers,
All right.
Mike Meadows. Who else in the club? Steve Harris didn't come. He had some sort of family issue come up. We don't know what it is, but he didn't come. And anyway, it's a little better turnout than the last couple of years. So
Oh,
it's
good.
building up. Post COVID, it's building up a little better now.
That's
So,
good. That's very good.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, I had all my flights and everything went well. I just didn't fly well enough to get a good score. That's all. I mean, a better score. But everything's running okay. I have had some trouble with the tank on the Red Nobler, kind of a runaway situation. But I've now got muffler pressure on it, and that helps.
All righty.
Yeah, now it's a Tiger 46. Mounted inverted. I heard the story, the talk about the mounting them on a side. Now I think I had a big profile once, and when I mounted it on the side with a Tiger 60, I guess it did, or maybe it was a 56, but anyway, it did experience some burping, and I put a Merco on there, and it just ran great. But eventually the nose fell off the plane because the guy who built it didn't secure the actual nose to the wing. There was a hollow section and he just puttied it over. So, but I still have the wing and the tail and hope to rebuild it someday, especially for profile competition. And anyway, just got a notice about the Northwest Regionals. Should be nice to go there, but at my age, it's kind of tough to get out there so early in the morning and get flying and get set up. Anyway, but we're having a great time. Jim's Hoppin's running a great contest, and it's 30. This is the 35th of VSC. And
Wow.
I've been to all of them. Leroy Black finally showed up. He's the only other one that's been to all of them, although I don't think he's entered. He's just here as a spectator. Anyway,
Very good. Well,
so
thank you, John. Thank you so much.
yeah,
I want everybody to know that when I first went to my first contest where I drove there by myself, and
yeah,
actually my first con up at Wooden Arrows, and you must have realized I was like a fish out of water. So John Wright took me by the hand and helped me out. So he said, you first got to get weighed, you got to get registered, you got to do all this stuff, and you got to get pool tested. And John Wright helped me there. And then when I had problems, he helped me as well. So I have gratitude for you, John. Thanks for helping me so much.
Yeah, well, glad I could be of help.
Yeah, absolutely. And we roomed together at Brodax.
At Brodax, yeah. That was quite a trip for me driving. I think I had other places to go to that year. What was that, 2014 or 16?
It was 16, I think. For
14?
me. 16.
16, okay.
I think it was 16.
Yeah, that's right. I took Kathy in 2014 and I drove myself 2016. And then I think I had family weddings to go to back east. So
unbelievable. Glad I didn't drive with you the whole time, just between the hotel and Brodax.
Yeah. That's not a fun part of it, but anyway, yeah, the Brodax great contest. If any guys can make it, yeah, I encourage you to go.
Matter of fact, that plane I showed recently when I was flying at Brodax, that's John Wright. That was his plane. Affectionately, we call it Cold Turkeys. I flew it totally cold. Did not know anything about that plane. So that's the owner.
Yeah, that was the Tudor.
The Tudor one, yeah. So this is the guy on the plane. Yeah. Very cool. Hey, well, thanks, John. Hope you got
that plane. It's getting really beat up, so.
Yeah, it was.
But I got a couple of kits on that. I'm not sure. Right now, I'm working on a plane I've been working on. I think it's a time machine. But...
Oh, we lost John. I think it was Mark Wise. Oh, here we go. He's probably back in a second. Anyways, Mark Wise. Okay, you're back, John. What'd you do?
Yeah, I was repaired Warren Walker's Hawker Hunter. I put an Enya 60 in it, and I've flown it twice. It's still a little slow. I need to get some more speed out of it. So, and then I've got another plane from Joel who passed away, and it's a Jim Armour, what is it? Tucker Special, I think. And I'm working on repairing that. The gear got torn out of it. But I want to get back into repairing some of the planes that I'm working on, or building some of the planes that I'm working on, so I can get appearance points. Because see, with the Tudor and the Arf Nobler, Arf Nobler and the Red Nobler, I don't get any appearance points.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. At your level, you have to have appearance points. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, John, thank you so much for coming, and hopefully you get your computer set up so you can come in on a regular basis and join us.
Yeah, I'm going to get a new computer.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, I'll give that a try.
Yeah, I think
Steve helped me set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, man. Hey, thanks, John.
All right.
And Mark.
All right.
Mark Wise, how you doing, Mark?
Hey, buddy. I'm doing okay. You're lucky that you've been working with Mr. Wright. Not many of us have a Mr. Wright in our lives, but you have.
That's what I tell my wife.
That's very cool.
Yeah, she married Mr. Wright too. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. So
yeah, when he sells stuff at contests, he says, he has a sign that says the right stuff.
I like that.
Yeah, I had that today, or this week anyway.
Yep.
Sold quite a bit of stuff.
And let me oh, Stephen, I didn't give you a chance to say hi, except for I saw John right.
Well, that's all right. I'm just having a good time listening to you guys. That's what I do anyways. But hello, everybody. How you guys all doing tonight?
Doing well. Doing well.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too. So
Charles, can I have one more minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to say a couple of things. One is Paul Walker's at VSC, and Paul's a
Yeah.
great guy. Matter of fact, he sent me 3 emails today of things that he or I are going through regarding the Worlds and the LPAD and stuff like that. He's a pretty special guy. But I posted, I think last night, that we need 2 tabulators for the World Championships. So I happened to look at the at my post right before I came in here, and it's just, well, there were 158 views. How many replies do you think I got? Asking for people to think about being maybe a
Where are the World Championships being held at?
Muncie.
In Muncie, Indiana.
Yeah.
So the answer was 0. So
Zero.
yeah. So it's just, I know for some people, I know it's asking a lot because if you don't live nearby or a reasonable distance, you're asking a lot. We give a per diem. I'm not sure what the amount's going to be, but it's probably going to be $70, $80, something like that a day, which helps. But you know a lot of people that love to go to contests. But boy, if you don't have volunteers, you end up with a fun fly. And the World Championship should not be a fun fly.
No.
It takes a lot of volunteers. You can't imagine for
I
4
want
teams how many people are going to be behind the scenes. So if you know of anyone who may be going, and we really need some help. We have 9 positions filled. These are the last 2. So just sending out a nice plea.
5 days.
And so there you go. Everything else is fine.
Good.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome, man. And let me see here. I think I'm losing track who the order. But hey, Stephen Manchella, what are you flying in tomorrow? Do you have contests you're gonna fly tomorrow, or are you just gonna be watching?
I don't know if there's one more flight for the Ringmaster. I might get one more flight on my Ringmaster, but otherwise, like the gentleman suggested the other day, I'm having a lot of trouble with my airplane producing power. And when I try to get the power out of it, it's too lean because it's turned up too high, and I'm having sagging issues and no practice runs and whatsoever. So I've had, out of 10 flights, I've had basically 10 failures.
Oh man.
So not too, it doesn't matter. That's not what it's all about. I'm having a good time. I'm having fun. There's a lot of other stuff going on in life, and it's just good to be here at this point.
That's good, man. That's a good.
And I'm yeah, I'm flying an airplane that needs to be retired and needs to be rebuilt and replenished. You know what I mean? I'm over and past that and beyond it now. I need to get rid of it and move on.
Yeah.
And I will be flying my other airplane that I fly all the time, but it's too modern to fly in classic or too modern to fly in 70s. So I had to leave it at home and bring the Nobler. And like I said, I haven't flown the Nobler since November in Vegas when I came home. My arm stopped working. I barely got control of my arm again. And so it's just been like a relearning experience, kind of, so to say, for me.
I'm sorry
And
to
I
hear that, buddy.
just had a little bit of trouble doing it. I was having a good time with my Ringmaster, but all of a sudden, the next day after I showed up on Tuesday and practiced with it, I had a really nice flight practicing. And then I flew it once and timed it and then put it away, and then came back the next day and just, I had one good flight. And then the next flight, it started sagging and the wind was blowing and it switched directions on me in the vertical 8 and pancaked me in the ground. And I had to take it home and fix it and bring it back the next day. And anyways, just
Yeah, I understand. Trust
a
me.
shit show and a half.
Yeah, well, you remember when I went to Wood and Arrows a couple of years ago with my Strega? I couldn't get it to start, and
Yeah.
I mean, all day I took an attempt in the first round. I think I took an attempt in the second round, and then I had my last attempt to get an official flight. Remember? I mean,
Yeah.
I was having a bad day.
Having a bad day.
So I
Yeah.
understand. I trust me. I understand. Let me
And then And of course, as soon as I get here, I asked the real estate agent and everybody to leave me alone for a week. As soon as I get here the next morning, I get a text message that everything's going south on that.
Uh,
So, oh yeah, oh yeah, just
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry, forgive me.
no, yeah, it's a joke. It's funny. I think that's all we can do is laugh. You know what I mean? Because what are
That's
we gonna do? Sit there
that's
and be upset over it? That
yeah,
doesn't
that's
do
right.
any good, man. I mean, God, I'm over it.
Good. Well, let me talk to Ed Waskey.
Yes,
Ed,
sir.
and what's happening with you, Ed?
Hi, everybody. Good seeing everybody on that. I forgot to mention that, remember how they had that local survey of the top 11 vents in Bridgeport, West Virginia to
Yeah,
see in 2024? The Youth Aviation Expo came in second place.
very good. Very good. Not
And
bad.
so, yeah, so thanks for all your votes out there. They
Yes.
thought somebody was trying to pull a fast one because all of a sudden we were getting so many votes. So I kind of laughed at that. But it really helps in regards to fundraising.
Oh,
And
good.
so in the letter that I'm sending out to all the companies, I can let them know that, by the way, your company has great exposure at this event. So please consider participating, either by coming and setting up a booth or help support it with some funds and stuff. So I wanted to make sure I thanked everybody out there.
Very
Hey,
good.
Ed, if Will and I hadn't been there, you could have won. But
Oh no,
second's
you
good.
guys, you got you
Second,
got you guys helped it, man, and that just great. And I'm unfortunately it's bad timing for me and the world's. I only had 2 dates, 2 weekends to work with, and when you're getting something that of no charge, what can you do
yeah.
and stuff. So it's upset. I'll make it to Brodax for sure, and we'll put on the event again and try to get kids interested, but also let the parents and the grandparents know that it's still alive and well out there. And
Absolutely.
that's so, everybody keep it up and keep the word going.
Yeah. If any of you aren't too far from Bridgeport, West Virginia, it's worth the ride. It's a great event, great venue, and Ed and his wife and the volunteers do a tremendous job.
Thank you. And I got a couple of dogs all wound up right now, so I better put it on mute.
All right. Thank you. And then Stuart Morrison. How you doing, Stuart?
Good, Charles. Yep. Not too much going on. I did go out flying too this week. I just did a couple of flights. But other than that, it's back cold again here, so it's all of a sudden temperatures down. We're supposed to get some freezing temperature too, but
Ooh.
we'll be back. Spring's coming.
All right. Yeah, bring on the spring. I can't wait for that. I guess it's been raining out here and I'm so over it. It's like, please stop. So so no progress on your Nobler or your
Not really too much there. I've just been busy with some other things too, so trying to get things done, but we're getting there. On the nice days, I've actually been outside working, but so other than that, I'm gonna get back to it more next week, I think. We'll see.
yeah, let me see what Lynn Burrell. I heard you went and flew Tom's Knight's plane.
Yeah, I went out on I guess it was it Wednesday or Thursday? I guess it was Wednesday. We went out for a little while and a couple hours. I went out for a couple hours and hung out with Tom and Brad, and Brad flew his Pathfinder and Tom flew the Banshee, and I took a flight on the Banshee, which was a lot of fun, had a good flight. And yeah, it was a good time. A couple hours out in the field and the weather was great. It was perfect. It was a really good flying day, very early in the season for us. So I really didn't have anything ready yet. And I was gonna pull my stuff out, and then I just too much stuff going on around the house. It's like you just can't do everything. And I just like, no, I'm just gonna go out and hang out. So going out was lots of fun. And other than that, just working on the new airplane and got the fuselage crutch all done and got the fuselage sides all cut out and the doublers all cut out. Tomorrow morning, I'll epoxy the doublers to the fuselage, start putting the body together. Hopefully by the end of the weekend, I'll have the body all in one piece. Start
very
carving
good.
some more blocks.
Very good.
So yeah,
That's your
that's what I'm
Cardinal
working
S
on.
design, right?
Yeah, that's the Cardinal-less Cardinal with the PA 75. So it's coming
Nice.
along slow but sure. Try to get everything accurate. Try to keep it light. Same old deal.
Same old deal. That's what we want. Straight and light.
Straight
Absolutely.
and light. Dig through the balsa box. See what you can dig out. Try to dig out every light piece you can find.
It looks like we have Brendan and Angstrom and Angstrom's sister. All right. You're still muted. There we go.
Yeah, we're here. Yeah, we're in. Where's the it's I guess it's aerospace related, but I don't know if you can see our rocket
I can
there.
see it. Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, we're involved with the national rocketry competition for youth. I think it's sixth graders and up, and we just got our rocket designed and finished, and we're going to be launching tomorrow. Hoping to kind of make the final national tournament in a month. But special thanks to Ed, who's on the line here. He's the one that financed this operation. So thank you, Ed.
You're welcome. Happy to do it. Good to see you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, they've
Yeah,
had
you're
a
welcome.
lot of fun. They've had a lot of fun designing this, getting this together, and we're going to go to the field for launch tomorrow. So.
All right. What's on the table?
The other component here. What's that?
What's on the table there? What's on what's on the bench?
Yeah, we got the SV11, we got the wings in. So got that. And yeah, we're just working on some getting it close to paint. That's the objective. But we got some different components we got to get in order for that. So just trying to get it up and ready. We've also been spending time trying to design some of our junkyard planes, and weather's going to warm up here, so we're going to get some flights and get ready to go down to Joe Knoll. So very busy now.
Very cool. Well, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Let me see here. Where's my mouse? There we go.
Profile SV looks good.
Yeah, it's been a long
Not
time,
really.
long time coming, but
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I know. I hear you.
yeah. Hopefully we'll have it up and flying for when you come around for Brodax. You'll be there, Brodax, yeah?
I'm sorry?
You'll be at Brodax this year? You'll make it
No,
out to Brodax?
I won't be. No, I won't be able to make it. Sorry about that. I wish I could, but we can't do that this year.
All right.
I wish you guys the best. I hope you do well.
Yeah, we're right in the backyard, so the kids they absolutely soak it up. Brodax is
That's awesome. That's good.
one of
When
the
you're
biggest
close,
things
it
on our
makes it
calendar.
really. That's right.
So we cycled through everybody, I think. Everybody's had a chance to talk about what they've been up to. And I went out flying today and took out my stunt trainer. And I finally got it where it's pretty well behaved. I mean, it's still trying to get put some lipstick on a pig, basically. but it's better. I mean, it's so since last time we was together, I said last time I put some down incident. I put a little bit more down incidents, and I actually added some nose weight to the plane, and I did something else to the plane. Can't remember what I did, but it's I think it's going to work out. Actually, I did do some lower bottoms, today, and I mean noticeably lower. So the plane is the thing that was holding me back was that it wouldn't stay put. The plane was very busy, you know what I mean? But not like you can't fly, but I really want to be able to take my eye off the plane, like on the reverse wing over. I want to take it up high and then stop looking at it and look to where I want to pull out it. And I need to have a plane that can track and go straight. So as it's going across, I know it's going to come out where I want to come out, So I think it's there. So I'm gonna hopefully start doing that next week. Actually try it. I've never done it. I know that other people have done it. I have watched that plane for every single microsecond. I never take my eye off my plane. So I want to just try it and see what that does, where you do a reverse swing over and then at some point you look off and then look to where you want to pull out. That's kind of what I want to try, see what that feels like. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. Hey, Philip, you're muted, but welcome. And let us know what you've been up to.
Just trying to get the plane finished up. I've got the front end all built up now. I got to finish shaping it down. I'm still fighting putting a square nose on it, my mouth on it. It may be on there yet. I don't know. We'll see if SV11 comes out looking stock or slightly modified. But anyway, Charles, I've tried what you're talking about, and it didn't work for me. Maybe it will for you, but I as soon as I take my eye off the plane, it wanders one way or the other because you're not paying attention to what you're doing with your hand and whatnot. So it's a good idea. It's good in theory, but it did not work for me. But going out in the morning, we got an RC sale in Lexington in the morning, going to that, and then get through with that. Hopefully we'll get to go do a little flying. I don't know. I got my humbug about ready to fly, and I got my ringmaster dusted off, so I got two of them ready to go anyway. So we'll see what happens. It sounds like it's going to be a good day. Today was wet as all get out. I imagine Hobby Park's a mud hole, but we'll see tomorrow. How you been doing? I understand you flew a little bit today.
Yeah, flew a little bit. Had 6 guys out there. I mean, I made the 6. It's 4 or 5 others myself. And I haven't had 6 guys out there at one time for a while. So we
I'll tell you what, that's a lot of fun. It's long enough between flights, your motors cool off, and if you're flying IC, electric's no problem. But that is a lot. That is a lot of fun. We used to have 8 here 2 years ago, and then we've lost 2 of them. But I don't know. We'll see. Well, we lost 3 of them. 1 of them to RC, and 2 of them to life, death, whatever. And anyway, the ones of us that are left are having a pretty good time. 5 of us, and we're having a pretty good time. Life moves on, is all I can tell you.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell Ed Wask something, but he stepped away.
Yeah, his dogs was just needed some attention.
Ah,
you know what that's like.
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. No. I don't have a little terrorist that jumps up in my lap and barks at me when he needs to go out. No, I wouldn't know anything about that.
No, not you. No. In the chat box, he deleted his message. I don't know. Okay, anyways. And then we have old control line pilot, and that's the second member on our YouTube channel coming in. That's Bob Whitley. He says, "Hi, everyone. Long but good day. Really tired and shutting down early. Likely flying some indoor RC on Sunday. Like given." Thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. Yeah. So, someone forwarded me. Oh, Terry Forbes. If you're listening, Terry, thank you so much. Terry Forbes has sent me some really neat videos. One video was a tour of the Fox manufacturing. Have you guys seen that video? It's an old vintage video.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
I saw that this week.
that neat, man. I mean, just to see all those Fox motor parts and all that was so neat. And see Duke Fox. Of course, I never met Duke, but that
cool.
was neat. Yeah, and then he sent me another video of what was the other one? But yeah, Terry Forbes, keep them coming. Those vintage videos are really neat. I don't know who the channel is, but See if you can find it. It's really enjoyable video. I love seeing that.
Was it the Cox manufacturing video?
I saw it today.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one. I saw the Fox one.
No, there's one out there from LM Cox as well from
Yes, I
1961. It's
saw that
really
one
good to
too.
watch too.
I enjoyed that one as well. And then
Yeah.
I just saw the beginning of it of a one video where it's by Makoa as well, but they're showing a KMB
Mikoa, yes. Yeah, Mikoa. I didn't see that whole one, but
Yeah,
I
I
did
didn't-
see it on there.
yeah, it's a pretty neat stuff. And we got a new member, RC Fred. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you, Fred, for joining. Appreciate that.
Well, I've been in for like 4 or 5 years, but I had fraud on my credit card and I just realized it didn't bill me. So I had to put my new card in, but
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for doing that.
yeah.
And then Philip Bailey, thank you for the like. Appreciate that. Yeah. So I'm hoping to go out again next week. Hopefully the weather be a little bit better and make some progress. And I'm hoping to make some progress on my new SV11 too. I've been putting that to the side. I pretty much I saw that I suspect. Remember last time I was talking about my plans from Randy Smith. I suspect they're in transition. I have an informed delivery app for the U.S. Postal Service, and I don't know who else lives in Duluth. Is it Duluth, Georgia, or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, I think that's it.
I'm thinking that's probably the plan. So hopefully I'll get the SV11 plans and the ribset plans. So hopefully it should come in tomorrow. So
Possibility. I was going to tell you, you might want to think about doing an SV12 or it's very much like the 11, just a different canopy and slightly different aesthetics, but not much. You could modify the 11 into a 12 and build your own fuselage and have. I mean, we used to buy wings and stabs from Bob Hunt. So all you got to do is take the covering off and recover it and put it in your own fuselage, and it's your plane.
It's an idea, yeah. So I'm gonna get going on that hopefully, because this year is beginning to heat up, and next thing I know, I have a contest. Actually, it's not even a contest; it's a fly-in. Probably kind of what you're saying, Mark. If we don't get enough volunteers, you're not gonna have a contest. You're gonna have a fly-in. So I'm going to a fly-in in April up in LA County, Whittier Narrows, and then we'll see. Hopefully, I would like to go to the Northwestern regions, but I'm really putting all my nickels toward the World Championship. So that's something that I'm definitely going to be there to take it all.
Be looking forward to seeing you there, Charles.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, that'd be great. You and Vic.
We're planning to be there. Vic and I are planning to be there.
Hey, Charles, I'll try to set up a VIP area for you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it might be right next to the porta potties, but you got to take what you can.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Mark, somebody wants to say hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Good evening.
Hi, Mrs. W.
How are you, gentlemen? Hi, Mark. So nice.
Hi, honey.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Hey.
Doing well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wonderful.
We're good.
So, just wanted to wish you a happy Friday night. Mark, you doing all right?
Yeah, but before you came on, your husband
Yes.
said that you have no idea how much he spends on this hobby.
Yes, I do.
She takes care of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm
I
the
know.
company controller, and I am his treasurer, and his secretary, and his check writer. So, yeah, I do.
I'll tell you.
You know what?
I'll tell you what,
He-
guys. If you ever get stuck near Bridgeport, West Virginia, just go to their home, knock on the door, and they'll take care of you.
Yes.
I second that.
Yeah,
Okay?
Yes.
we'll have the Paris suite ready.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So whatever Ed spends is it's his right and his privilege, and he's earned it.
Yeah.
And
And he didn't say that. I was just,
No. You're so bad. You're so bad. Mark. Yeah, no. I honestly don't care. I honestly don't care. I'm if it makes my husband happy, that's all I care about.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, how many
It's true. He
What's your
earns
name?
the money. If he's smart enough to make the money, he's smart enough to spend it. That's my philosophy.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Well,
It's
Pat,
true.
I got to tell you, there are a lot of guys out here that would like for you to be their wife.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm already taken, and I doubt very seriously if they're going to no, they're not going to
Pat?
replace this guy. He's
Pat,
awesome.
this August, have a long talk with my wife. How about
All right, y'all have fun.
All right.
Nighty night. I'm
Same,
going to
Pat.
bed. Have a good time.
All right. Good night. Nice to meet you.
Ed?
Yes, sir.
I got your package today. Thank you so much. What do I owe you?
Nothing.
Well, I certainly appreciate it.
I mean, look, you helped us out, helping support the expo, and geez,
We'll be back this year. I hope
just
to bring a
another
couple
thank
friends.
you.
All
What's
right.
that?
Well, I certainly appreciate it. I hope to come. I'm planning to come back this year, and we're hoping to bring a friend or two with us this year.
Okay, it's okay. Well, you saw the dates though, how it interferes with the world. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me know, and I'll get the hotels and stuff
I'll let you know. It gets a little closer to it.
Yeah.
We're hoping we can do both. It's going to be a real trick, but we're going to try to do both.
Yeah.
Leave one and come to the other and go back, I guess.
Yeah, you can if you go to one, you'd have to go. Well, I don't know. I don't see the dates, but anyway, anything you could do would be great.
We're going to do our best.
Thank you.
That's a lot of fun. Y'all and Brodak are two of the most fun contests we go to.
That's what it's all about.
Triple tree ain't bad, but we keep trying to make a contest out of that. That's work. But I don't know. We're having a lot of fun with all of it. I'm not that much of a contest flyer anymore. I just can't do some of the maneuvers, but as good as I'd like to, good as you have to be competitive. But sure enjoy coming up there and seeing all the kids and having a good time.
Yeah, it's amazing, and how many parents see me throughout the year and keep asking about it and giving their thank yous and stuff. So it's nice, and to give back.
It really is. It really is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Any of y'all guys that can go, I suggest it. It's a lot of fun.
Very cool. I have a comment from Ara. He says Brett Buck wrote on Stunt Hangar that the Super Tiger 46 problem stemmed from faulty rings. Something like 1 in 5 rings came through with a proper fit. Coming from Brett, take it as gospel.
That's about right.
That's what I suspect with mine too. I was very fortunate to actually get a motor from Frank Bowman. I have a Super Tiger 60 that he went through and made rings for. So that's probably my best Super Tiger engine is the one I got from Frank Bowman. And Frank Bowman makes rings for all types of engines. He actually sold his business to someone else, but so that's probably my best Super Tiger engine is that Super Tiger 60 from Frank Bowman. So I'm sure the ring is perfect. Yeah. So what does your shirt say there, Lynn? I see control line. What's your shirt say?
This used to be Wendy's shirt, believe it or not. It's
Oh, wait,
from the
make it big
Northwest
here.
Regionals. From the Northwest Regionals from 2011. I think he went there. It was one of his last contests that he went to, and he flew the big job. He went out there.
Northwest.
I
thought he was going to rip it off.
Huh?
I thought you were going to rip it off.
No, I'm not going to rip it off.
I was about to say that Wendy
You
gave
started to look like Hulk over there.
So when I went down to visit Wendy, he actually gave me the shirt. He said, "Here, take this shirt, wear it in your shop when you're building airplanes." Okay, so I took it. he gave me a whole pile of shirts. He gave me that one. He actually gave me one of his Spitfire t-shirts.
Nice.
I've only worn it once, and I'm saving it for when I build my Windy Spitfire. So I haven't worn it really.
Yeah, that was so neat seeing. He not only did he campaign his airplane, but he would campaign his airplane with his shirts. Everybody would have a
Right.
shirt of that plane, like the tsunami shirt, and
He had Tsunami. He had Miss that. He had shirts for a lot of them actually.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah, that's where this shirt came from. Came from Windy.
Hey guys, I got a question here. I got a handle. Can y'all see it?
Yeah, it's the Brodak handle. I recognize it.
Yeah, it's a Brodak handle. It got handed off to me. Do I just connect line connectors in the holes there? Is that what you use to make this thing serviceable?
Yeah, and generally, on my handle, I actually made my clips, my line connector clips. You can buy a clip maker from Jim Lee. It's and then you can make your own. You can vary the length. So you want to actually bring in those legs all the way back.
Okay.
You want to bring them all the way back, and then you adjust your neutral with different length clips, line clips.
Yeah. Don't adjust those sliders. Adjust the clip size itself.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
inherently, I thought, you would adjust the sliders to be where you'd want it to go.
You do adjust
do that.
sliders, but you adjust them both at the same time to adjust your overhang. It's just a kind of a trim thing, but I would push them all the way back and then vary the clips.
Okay.
I agree with Charles.
Yeah, and if you would get the Howard Rush line clip maker. Jim Lee will know what you're talking about. It's a little bit more money, but you can vary the length of the clips by a 1/16 of an inch, I think.
Wow. Okay.
Or maybe maybe it's
1/32. It's a 32nd.
Yeah, 32nd of an inch. Yeah, 32nd.
It's a little bit more money,
Each
but
half turn is a 32nd.
Yeah, it's the Howard Rush hand. It's the Howard Rush version.
Okay.
Yeah, great question, because some people might have done the same exact thing you're doing, just adjust the sliders to get your neutral, which, I mean, that works, but you're losing part of the benefit of that handle.
Okay.
Have you used that hard point handle before?
No, never have.
Oh, I absolutely love hard point handles. It's a more immediate response. I mean, maybe we're talking thousands of a second, but it's more immediate.
Angstrom turned his head when you said that. There's a more immediate response. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Now, there's some people who have told me they can't tell the difference. So I mean, it's like, I'm just like, okay, well, I can tell the difference, So yeah, the only downside of that Brodak handle is that it's heavy. That's the only thing that I would knock it on. It's kind of heavy. That big thick metal in the middle, and the plastic is heavy. The overall.
Hey, look at Angstrom. I don't think a few ounces is going to bother him.
No, or his dad either.
Us old buzzards, okay, but Angstrom or his dad, no.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things I've noticed with the handle. Again, we haven't put it on a plane. It's just kind of been sitting in our stash. But the good thing, at least when I'm putting my hands on it, like my hand fits just fine. Like it's plenty sizable for me, for him, I'm sure too. So some handles we get kind of pinched on things with our hands.
I bet
These are perfectly fine.
Yeah, I have two of those handles, so it's not like, and I haven't given them away. I mean, it's not like they're no good. I'm not saying that. No, I like the handle that Brent Williams produces, that the Ted Fancher handle. Yeah, that's my favorite handle. I know that I think last Monday there was some conversation. I think Bob Hunt was talking about the possibility of the what's the guy from Japan? Kaz handle might be coming available again.
Kaz Minato, yeah.
Now Sparky loves that handle, the Kaz handle. That's the handle he prefers. It's funny, which is
Charles,
go ahead, Phil.
there's several of them that are so close. I mean, you get used to the CAS, you can go to you can fly the one you're talking about, and it's almost no difference in the feel. As long as you're talking about the hardpoint version. Now, if you're talking about the cable version, yeah, you can tell the difference there. But they've all done really well. They're all really nice, really light handles, and you'll find that you feel more in the airplane with a nice light handle because you're not fighting the weight of the handle. You're feeling the airplane, what it's really doing, and you'll notice a difference. You'll notice a difference. You'll like it.
Matter of fact, on my stunt trainer, I'm going to actually, after I've been doing all this trimming and adjusting, my next thing is I'm going to put a hard point handle on it. So I usually don't put a hard point handle on a plane unless I consider it something serious enough to warrant that. So I have a lot of handles, so I try to have some spare handles that are hard points. And so I have a lot of cable handles, so I use that. So I've been using a cable handle on my stunt trainer, but now it's at the point where a hard point handle will make it. I hope it'll make a difference for me. You know.
Could I ask a quick question, Charles?
Yeah.
The Howard Rush Bookmaker. Where did you say Jim Lee has those?
Yeah, Jim Lee. Jim Lee has them. You can go on the Jim Lee website and order it. I know Jim Lee is most likely at VSC this week, so he might not be able to respond to you till he gets back home.
Oh, that's all right.
But yeah,
wondering where he got them. That's all.
Yeah, matter of fact, I love Jim Lee's stuff. Jim Lee's stuff is if you're not familiar with Jim Lee stuff, I would encourage you to check out Jim Lee Machine Shop. He has a lot of neat accessories.
Oh, I got his big 6 syringes, with the plungers.
Yeah, that plunger.
Yeah. I have about 4 of them, I think.
Yeah, Jim Lee's stuff is, I mean, he's not paying me. I just like Jim Lee's stuff. And if you don't know who he is, check it out. Check out his website. Look at the accessories he has.
Yeah.
He has all the things you would probably will need, or you don't even realize that that's what I need, that kind of thing. You know, I like his finger drills. I use those all the time. We're just drilling in balsa wood and maybe a little bit of plywood, and we don't necessarily need to have a electric or cordless drill to drill holes. We can use this finger drills, and those are really nice. I really like those. I use those quite a bit. But the clip bender is a necessity with that hard point handle. I know Brendan and Angstrom are gone, but that's something you need to get. Hey, Ed, have you tried a hard point handle? Do you know what we're talking about, Ed?
Yes, I do. No, I haven't, and that going to, but I'm getting to the phase of where now the dizziness, I'm able to go a couple minutes now, but the thing is that's not concentrating on trying maneuvers. That's just going in circles.
Right.
So, when you're concentrating, trying to do something, it starts getting a little bit easier. So that's to come. And that.
Yep, that's right. That's to come. You just keep pursuing it. I understand. Trust me. I had vertigo last month. Remember me having vertigo?
Yeah.
So I really appreciate what you're saying.
Yeah. In fact, a couple days ago, the weather was nice. I opened the hangar doors, and between the taxiway and my ramp and the ramp across from me, I was flying a little bit. Just at lunchtime, took a lunch break and flew about 3 times.
Very good.
And that's
so you have a keep trying. You have a stooge, or you're flying electric, right? So you just
yeah. As I told my son, he's the stooge.
Right.
He got a kick out of that. And then actually he tried a little bit too, so maybe I can get him hooked on it.
Cool. I meant to ask you, is your wife a pilot as well? Is she a full-scale pilot as well?
No. Pat was always in the car business with her late husband, and when I started the business, she quit the car business and took on the role of finance and all the other stuff
Oh,
and that.
cool.
So yeah, a lot of people was like, that's pretty much gambling. Both incomes are coming from the same place, and a brand new company started in '06 and
Wow,
stuff. So we're still around today.
that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, and I did get a birthday present. The neighbor, the neighbor gave this to me.
Oh, wow, very nice. Oh, very
Which I
cool.
thought was pretty cool.
That is very cool.
So that's one of my new flight boxes.
That is very cool. Happy birthday. When was your birthday?
Last Saturday, the 9th,
Oh,
whenever the 9th
Well,
was.
happy belated birthday. We didn't know,
Yeah.
or we'd have
Yeah.
said something last Friday. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So just keep trying, keep plugging away at it.
That's right, man. Just keep plugging away at it and just keep pursuing it. I mean, I'm pursuing getting better myself. I mean, maybe at a different level than you, but I'm pursuing getting better. I mean, I'm pursuing all the time. I think we all are pursuing getting better. It's just that pursuit. Isn't that right, Fred? It's that pursuit, right? You're just trying to get better and better, right? Yeah, and Fred, there you go.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to try more. I was actually had a question on. I noticed a lot of people talking about ring masters. What's an ideal weight for like the profile 42-inch ring master? I just weighed mine. It was about 30 ounces, which is a little heavy, isn't it? Anybody familiar with that?
28 ounces is about it as, I mean, that's a good weight. And 32, I wouldn't fight the 2-ounce difference. I mean, 4-ounce difference, but I wouldn't fight that. Ought to be a good one. What motor do you have on it?
Fox 35.
And I'll give you one hint. If you really have a lot of fun with a Fox 35, stay with it and enjoy it. But most of the guys around this area of the country that are competing with a ringmaster have tried the FP25, and you won't believe you don't use near the weight, you don't have carry near the weight, you don't carry near the fuel. I mean, 2 ounces of fuel will get you through a pattern, and it's got more power, less mess, and it doesn't crack your. I shouldn't say that, but anyway, I just my biggest objection to a Fox is just how much they vibrate. But
I have FP25. I was showing Charles the airplane I'm working on now. I have an FP25 for that. That plane finished without any hardware on it I just weighed that. That's just under 16 ounces. So I think that'll come in, and I'm hoping around 25, ready to fly.
that ought to be a great one.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
But if you have problems with the motor, get in touch with Tom Dixon. Send it to Tom. It's $80, and
Which
don't
one, the
send a
FP
needle
or
valve.
the Fox?
Do what?
The FP or the Fox?
Well, either one of them really, but the FP especially. Send it to him, let him do his magic, put a Venturi in it and a needle valve in it, send it back to you, and it'll run like a Swiss clock.
Tom Dixon?
It's amazing what he can do. Tom Dixon in the 60s, 70s, 80s was a Fox 35 man. But he has learned how to work on these others, and he's the best around right now at FPs and that sort of thing. Tom can really make them go. And I'm sure our Canadian contingent will tell you the same thing. He's a heck of a motor man. And no, I don't get any kickback. But I just I've known Tom a long time, and he does a heck of a job.
Same
I've got
thing, me
several
too.
of his motors. I've got several of his motors.
Yeah, so do I.
I have
when I run, as long as you do what he tells you to do with the motor, it'll run perfect every time. He'll tell you exactly, he'll send you a sheet that says exactly what fuel to use, what prop to use, what plug to use, and it'll run beautiful. I promise you. It's unbelievable.
It seems the Fox
I had so many motor problems years ago, it was sad. I'd go to the field, I'd go to a contest, nothing would work. Finally, one of the guys who was running Tom's motors, I said, how come your motors always run good and mine always run like crap? He says, well, I send mine to Tom Dixon. He says, I'll lend you one of my motors. Put this in your airplane. I put his motor in my airplane. I'm like, oh my gosh. That was the day I learned. That
And
was the
motor
day I
run,
learned.
huge difference. I mean, it's even more
Well,
in
it's like night and day. I mean, you take an FP40, that motor will make you crazy. You can sit there and you can say, "Oh, I can make that work without any mods. I can do this, I can do that." Have at it. And then you come out and you see what Tom Dixon's motor runs like in comparison. It's a whole different world. You know, like some guys will say to me, "Oh, it's not worth spending that amount of money to get a motor to run right." Well, okay, don't do it then. But,
Keep
I'll
spending the
beat you.
money for aspirin.
It's simple. It's worth every dollar of it. It's
What does
worth
he do to
every
it? Does he
dollar.
put like a liner and piston in it or what?
No, he
Well, he
retimes it and puts the right
retimes them.
venturi in it and the right needle valve in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
timing is a big thing.
And he makes sure that everything's sealed properly so that there's no leaks. And if
Mhm.
there's
Gotta
no
get a pen
leaks
and
and
pencil.
everything's sealed properly, it's retimed, it's got the right size venturi and needle, the right plug in it, and he'll tell you what prop to put on it. Oh my gosh. What a way to
You
get
go
rid
from
of
a
your
motor that'll
headaches.
drive you Hermantile, and I mean absolutely Hermantile, to a motor just a one flip start motor, just
Yep.
one trip. It's just
He's been
you
doing
won't
my
believe the
Tiger
difference till you
50.
try it. Go ahead.
He's done 4 Tiger 51s for me, and every one of them is a one flip start pretty well every single time. He just boom, and away she goes. I never do anything except maybe turn that needle maybe an eighth of a turn one way or the other based on the weather conditions, and I don't have to think about it.
Well,
I
this
don't have to
FP20,
think about it.
How do
Sorry.
they change the timing on those?
Raise the port.
Oh, okay.
this
This
FP25, I
machine-
haven't even run it yet. I'm wondering if I should just send it to him first or run
Send
it.
it to him new if you can. That's ideal.
Yeah, if you can send it to him new, that's the way to do it.
How do you find his address? I don't know him or never heard of him, but is he on the Stunt Hangar?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, he's on Stunt Hangar. And if you can't find it, just Google Tom Dixon model airplanes, and it'll all come up.
Tom Dixon models.
All right.
Yeah.
Go to classified and Stunt Hangar. He's got an advertisement there for sale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to sit there and fool with them. I have a Fox 25 in that bislab that it starts and runs perfect every time. Then I got another
Yeah.
one that doesn't run that great. They're like hit or miss, those motors.
Yeah. Not after Tom works on them.
Yeah, the FPs and the LAs and stuff like that. Once he gets hold of those, they'll just run perfect for you all the time.
Okay,
You won't have any trouble.
we'll give it a try.
You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, you'll love it. I actually, one of the guys, Joe Thompson, was out there today with a Tom Dixon FP motor. And it was just, I mean, from the time that motor started, I was like, man, that is a nice sounding engine. And then when he started flying and do the maneuvers, the motor was coming on and off just perfectly, you know.
We used to have a guy in California that could build them, and I thought he was the best builder in the country. But Tom passed away, and since Tom Lay passed away, Tom Dixon is the one to send it to.
In my RC airplane, I got a Clarence Lee K&B 60 that really runs good.
Yeah, Clarence Lee's another one, but Clarence likes to make them where they run fast and strong, not with great manners usually.
Well,
I
this
mean,
is an RC motor. It's a little,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it runs
different,
really, it's
different
very
story.
strong.
Yeah, Clarence is a good guy too, but he likes to build them where they really put out a lot of power, and that's not conducive to a good stunt run.
Right.
We're more trying to harness the power and use low end grunt power.
Yeah.
As opposed to flat out power. We don't need that.
Right. I have some comments in the chat box. Brent Williams says, best weight for a ringmaster is swapping it for a flight streak. Ha ha ha.
Oh.
Come on.
Hey,
come on, be nice.
Hey, I'm just a messenger.
Oh, I know. I mean him.
And then John Skukulek, who's a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, John Skukulek. He says he gave us a like. And then he goes on to say Tom Dixon operates on the telephone.
Yeah,
So
he does.
yeah, Tom
He
Dixon
will
is
answer
old
you.
school. He's not really into the new technology as far as
No, he won't do the computer thing with you. He's not playing that game. And
No.
he's not texting you either.
no.
It's either a phone
Yeah.
call or a letter, and that's it.
Yeah, get his phone number off of Stunt Hangar and give him a call, and you'll be amazed he'll actually answer the phone.
Yes, he will.
I'll reach out to him next week. I haven't bench run the motor yet, but if it's brand new and you think it's better just to send it to him, I'll do it. No problem.
Yeah, don't bench run it. Just send it to him. He'll do everything he has to do to it. And you'll be impressed.
Mhm.
I'll make you a deal. If you're not impressed, I'll buy the motor off you.
Not if I buy it first.
There you go.
I can't see how many likes we have, but if you haven't hit the like button, please smash that. And after our show, I guess during the show too, if you want to write some comments in the comment section, that'll help Sparky out with growing the channel. So please do that.
I noticed Sparky was making some tanks this week.
Making some what? Oh,
Tanks.
some tanks.
He's making carbon fiber tanks with Wendy's mold that I gave him.
Yeah, fantastic.
It was pretty interesting.
I didn't quite understand how the caps are going to be made. I was listening to the show. I wasn't watching it.
Right.
But I'm going to watch it again, see how he makes the end caps. I'm really curious on how he does that.
Basically, you wet the cloth and you just press it in there, and then get it all nice and wet with the epoxy, and then just clamp the thing together.
Okay.
And then when you pull it apart, it's in the perfect shape of an end cap.
All right, thank you.
Have to cut the excess off it after.
Very cool.
My question is, what kind of epoxy does he use? I tried it a couple of years ago, and the tank looked great, but after about 3 trips to the field, it had degraded enough that it started getting soft, trying to come apart. So there is a trick to it. You need to use the right epoxy.
Yeah.
The one that Wendy used always was Epon 862.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right. Fred's saying goodbye. He's going to bed. Thank you, Fred, for coming in.
The one that Wendy was using was Epon 862. Sparky's trying a different one that him and Dan Winship are. Yeah, they're working with a different epoxy, so hopefully it'll work fine. It sounds like it's probably about the same thing, so it'll probably work fine.
If Dan's involved, it'll work. He'll make it work.
Oh yeah,
Here comes
guaranteed.
Sparky now.
Him and Dan Winship are. Yeah, they're working with a different epoxy, so hopefully it'll work fine. It sounds probably about. Whoops, got a loop going here.
Yeah, I think that's. I thought it might have been Sparky. It didn't start until he came in.
It was me.
Hey, Sparky, how you doing?
All right. Okay.
Arquette trade that shades of blue just looks better and better.
Yeah, I hope so.
Are the tanks coming, Sparky?
Well, I got the first one I made is a good valid part.
That looks awesome. Good job. Well done.
I already had fuel in it. This one here, I post cured it and I rushed it and it bubbled. So this one's going in the trash.
Oh, it's the learning curve, right?
Yeah, this one here. Let's see, I have another one here somewhere. I'm getting ready to lay another one up right now. Oh,
awesome.
This one here. I called Wendy today to see if I could get his advice on this, but this right here, I don't know, it's split right there, right on the seam. So on the next one I'm using this 15 thousandths carbon, and I'm going to lay this in there in the mold so it can't split like so.
Ah, cool.
That's what
Right
I'm going
on.
to try tonight.
Good
It's like you
stuff.
said, learning curve.
Yeah.
I had to mute you, Philip. The background noise is interfering. Brent Williams says Sparky is using resin service HTR 250.
Yep. It's the same according to Brent as EPON.
Hey,
All
Sparky.
Perfect.
comes
Sparky,
out of the
look.
same barrel. What?
Is that the mold there on the desk?
Yes.
Is that aluminum?
Yes.
Okay. Just curious.
Rub, rub, rub.
Yeah. This one really doesn't need to be rubbed that or waxed that much because I'm using that monocoat, that Mylar, and it just slides right out. I don't have to beat it out like Wendy did.
That's awesome.
You just push
Yeah,
on
Windy used to have to beat on them pretty bad sometimes. You can tell by the condition of the mold.
it. Yeah. When I get back to John's, I'm going to take them to John's and have them resurfaced on the mill.
Yeah, I think Windy made quite a few tanks on them.
Yeah, they're well used. But they work. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're getting some use out of it, Sparky. That's awesome.
well, we're next trick is a spinner.
Yeah, well, you've got that one too.
Yeah.
That's great.
I need to get with Wendy on how he did it though, because I don't think it's on video.
No, the tank was on video, but I don't remember what video it is. I'd take me a month to find it.
No, well, it's on Walt Burnell's channel. It's Wendy's Carbon Fiber Tank Video 1
Okay,
on the Walt Burnell channel.
perfect.
And I didn't know about it. You know, I had never seen him, never saw the video, but the way that I did it is exactly the way he did it. And I hadn't seen it. I went back and watched it, or I went and watched it today just to see if I could pick up any tips. And even the way he laid the carbon out is the same way I laid it out, because it seemed like it would be the only, reasonable way to do it. But he did use carbon, and I'm using glass. I ordered some carbon today.
Okay.
I tried to get a hold of Aerospace Composites, but come to find out they're closed every other Friday. And I waited on the phone on hold for 45 minutes only to have them say, sorry, we're closed. Leave your name and number. I'll call them Monday. Power down here?
No, I don't think so. I didn't see him come in, and no, he's not here. I mean, hopefully he's listening. Maybe he'll come in.
You reckon maybe he went to Tucson?
I don't know.
Is that over yet?
No, it's still going on. I think they have another day. I think it ends on the 17th. So
Denny?
Do you know what the placings were in Classic?
I have no idea.
Classic is last, so it will be today and tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Week starts with old time, unless it's changed since I went. It could be.
Right.
We always
Okay.
started with old time and ended with classic.
Okay.
I'm wondering how Denny's doing. He's kicking their butt.
Did you see a picture of his van?
No.
Denny Adamson, he was going to be on a Pampa committee that he helps us on the judging committee, and he sent me a photo. that somehow he was backing up his van right into a major branch of a tree and shattered his back window out of the van.
Oh,
Oh,
oh man.
man.
Yeah.
Man.
So he had to attend to that. What a tough thing to do when you're out of town and you need it.
Well, the only thing in which is good is that Lou Walgas is a body and paint man, so
Yeah.
Lou Walgas is there. So I'm sure he's in good hands.
They're on vacation. They ain't gonna be working.
Yeah, well, I got a message from John Skukulek. He says again, John Skukulek is one of our members. I can tell by the moniker next to his name, and he says, "I think Paul Walker won Classic." I don't think Classic has started yet. I don't know. Maybe John has seen some information that's posted somewhere. And he said Denny was third in Classic. I guess they've already done Classic, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because I think John Wright was saying tomorrow they're flying Super 70s.
Yeah, right.
That's right. They changed it this year because I don't know when they changed it, but that's right. They're flying Super 70s last. That's right.
Okay.
I had forgotten about that. See, I didn't fly. They didn't fly that when I was out there.
I wonder what Paul Walker flew in Classic. That's interesting. That's really intriguing.
I think he had a Cobra at one time.
He had a Cobra one time, and he had a Skylark. He's got several.
Another guy who won't have a shortage of airplanes ever.
No.
Or talent. Man, he can fly.
He sure can. I remember the first time I went to the US Nats and saw him fly. My mouth dropped so far, my chin just about hit the floor.
Yeah,
Oh my
I know
God.
the feeling. I know the feeling.
So what impressed you
like-
so much about Paul Walker's flying when you first saw it?
Unbelievable. Absolutely
corners-
unbelievable.
The corners and the fact he hit 4 feet upright and inverted and just held it there. It just
Unreal.
bam and held it. And that plane, he was flying bad news the first time I saw him fly it. And it was honking. I mean, it was honking. And he flew it like he was flying a 5.2 lap. I said, there ain't nobody going to beat that. And they didn't. He won that year.
Very cool.
Yeah, pretty something to see. I mean, all those guys at the top fly like that. It's just staggering. Him and Fitzgerald and all those guys, when they fly and you see it, you're just like, oh my God. Now, so that's what it's supposed to look like. That's what you think after you've seen it. Oh, so that's how it should look.
And then just trying to replicate that, you see it, and you go fly your old dog, and it's like, oh
Yeah, and then after you fly your old dog, you just want to go home with your tail between your legs because you know you're not going to do it.
I'll tell you what, you ask a guy who has a lot of judging experience, and he'll tell you the hardest category to judge is intermediate. Because you got to figure out what the maneuver is. When you're watching the top 5 guys, you're looking for the hairs of difference. But as you go down the rank past advanced, it's challenging. People are just learning the pattern.
Yeah, but you go out there and watch. Go ahead.
I've sat in the intermediate judges chair and you're sitting there and you think, how do I score that?
Yeah, me too.
How do I score that?
I didn't know I was that bad.
Well, I tell you what, watching Paul Walker and Fitzgerald and some of those guys fly as an advanced flyer, and you just won a big contest, and you go to the Nats, and you know you're not going to fly, but you go to the Nats to watch them because you're only going to be there 2 days, and it goes on for 4. But anyway, I got up there and I was watching them, and I know they're a lot better flyers than I am. But Lord, I didn't think they were that much better. And then I watched Bobby Hunt fly again, and Bob Hunt was just really on that year. I don't remember who won that year. I think it was Fitzgerald. But the top 5, I don't think you could have thrown your hat over the 5 of them. It was incredible how hard they were flying and how good they were flying. And you watch one of them fly, and the only thing changes is the color of the airplane. That's pretty much it. It was amazing. And then Orestes flew, and he was not as good as he is now that year, the last year, the year I saw that. But man, the top five were just incredible. And you just go home thinking, I need to start over again or something because they're way ahead of me. But it's a lot of fun.
One of the real fun things of going to the Nats is, the flying is done pretty early in the day. And between about 2 and 6, it's hot. It's just, but then almost all of them come back in the evening to practice. See Orestes show up with a little suitcase and probably 20 battery packs. Flies
use them all.
Flies everyone.
Yep.
Every one of them. It's something to watch. All of them are just, they're pretty
The dailies are like that too.
Yeah.
One flight after another, after another, after another. And you just, my gosh.
Yeah.
My arm would be ready to fall off.
Boys, I got to get up early. You all take care.
All right. Hey, thanks, Mark. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Good seeing you.
Cheers.
I gotta tuck caffeine. I gotta tuck caffeine in and make sure he gets to bed okay. I've always wanted to ask him if he has a brother named Decaf.
Mark, this one I think he can't get any stranger. Here you go.
That's so funny, Mark.
Take care, Mark. See you next.
Take care, Mark.
See you next week. Good.
Take care, guys.
You too. I think I'm gonna cut out too and get ready for the show in the morning. Y'all have a great weekend.
I'm gonna probably just end the live stream, and everyone's cutting out. Hey, thanks for coming in, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a chance to work on your plane or go flying this weekend and come back Monday and tell us all about it. So until then, fair winds, tight lines,